Now we will discuss our next topic is 80386 protected mode registers, protection and address translation. This is our second unit topic. System registers. In system register we will discuss global descriptor table register, interrupt descriptor table registers, local descriptor table register, CR0 to CR3 control register, task register, debug register and test register. So these are our system register. GDTR and IDTR. So first topic is GDTR and IDTR. We have discussed in previous lecture that GDTR contain the information related to global descriptor table. About the global descriptor table, it contains the information related to base address field and size of global descriptor table. Same thing happened with the IDTR register, interrupt descriptor table register, that contain the information related to interrupt. 256 maximum number of interrupt IDT can contain, and IDTR contain the information related to IDT, means base address of IDT and size of the IDT. So IDTR contain the information related to IDT and GDTR contain the information related to GDTR. Then why we are discuss these two registers first? Because these two registers have same size. These two registers are 48 bit. So these registers hold 32-bit linear base address and 16-bit limit field of GDT and IDT respectively. GDT segments are global to all tasks in the system, and IDT is used to locate gates in interrupt exception handling. So basically global descriptor table contain the information related to all tasks, and interrupt descriptor table contain the information related to interrupt or exception field. LDTR. LDTR basically contain the information about LDT, means local descriptor table. We have discussed this thing in previous lectures also. Descriptor is nothing but the data structure that contain the information related to segments. Descriptor table contain the information about descriptors, and registers that contain the information about descriptor table. And these registers respectively contain the information related to local, global, interrupt, etc. So LDTR contain the information related to LDT, means local descriptor table. We have seen so many times LDT is nothing but the extended form of global descriptor table, means it contains the information about the local task. So LDTR is a 16-bit register, always point to GDT to access LDTT, local descriptor table descriptor. In turn, responsible for allocating and accessing local memory via LDT. Because it is related to local task, so that's why we contain the information or allocating or accessing local memory via LDT. But important thing is that IDTR or GDTR are 48-bit register, LDTR is your 16-bit register. Then next register is your control register. So Intel 386DX, basically 386, when we are talking about 80386 processor, so 80386 processor we classify into two parts, DX part or SX part, and specifically in our subject we discuss 80386 DX part. And DX part have a 32-bit data bus, 32-bit address bus and 4 GB of memory. But in a SX part these things are different. For differentiation you just see first lecture of first unit, where we have discussed the difference between 80386 DX part and 80386 SX part. So you can see the difference in first lecture. Now Intel 386DX has 3 control registers of 32-bit CR0, CR2, CR3 to hold machine status of a global nature. We are now talking about here CR1 because CR1 it is not used by 80386 processor. Basically control registers are 4, means 80386 has 4 control registers, CR0, CR1, CR2 and CR3, but CR1 basically not used by the processor, so that's why we are not discussing here CR1 register. Intel has 3 registers and these are 32-bit registers, CR0, CR2 and CR3, and that hold the machine status of a global nature. So these registers along with system address registers hold machine state that affect all tasks in the system. So we will discuss every bits one by one in these registers, how they hold the status of machine and What are the changes when processor performs some task in these bits? So to access control register, load and store instruction are identified. We have discussed this thing also in first unit, in fifth unit, and in sixth unit also. Load and store, these are the privileged instruction, and for accessing the system register, means control register, debug register, test register, we are using load and store instruction like load global descriptor table, load local descriptor table, load interrupt descriptor table, load control register, load debug register, load test register. And same thing with the store instruction. Store global descriptor table register, store local descriptor table register, store interrupt descriptor table register, store control register, store debug register, and store test register. So like that we will discuss, we use these instructions. So this is your control register 0, CR0 register. Here you can see CR0 register, first bit is your PE bit, protection enable bit. So next is MP bit, math processor bit, emulate bit, task switching bit, and last bit is your PZ bit. All bits are reserved here. So this register basically show the machine status word. You can see starting 16 bit from 0 to 16, 0 to 15. These 16 bit basically show the machine status word. If you remember, this thing we have discussed in unit 5th, where we are talking about initialization. In initialization purpose, we discuss control register 0 because that contain the information about machine status word, and where we discuss in the initialization of 8036 processor, every bit have value 0, means PE bit is set to 0, PZ bit is set to 0, math processor bit is set to 0, then task switching bit is set to 0. So all bits value are 0 at the time we have discussed. Control register 0, machine control register. CR0 contains 6 defined bits for control and status purpose. The lower order 16 bit of CR0 is identified as machine status word, and this is the important point for the examination point of view, because many times this question have asked in university question paper or in online examination, machine status word. So which control register basically contain the machine status word, and upper 16 bit we are using for the machine status word, or lower 16 bit we are using for the machine status word of CR0 register. So this type of question basically related to machine status word have asked so many times. Then to operate only on the low order 16 bit of CR0, lower machine status word and store machine status word instruction are used. For 32-bit operations, the system should use move CR0 register instruction. So basically what we are discussing in these points we have discussed CR0 have 6 bits, lower 16 bit defined for the machine status word, and load machine status word and store machine status word. This instruction we are using for accessing the machine status word or control register 0. If we operate on 32-bit register, in that case we will use move instruction or register instructions. Then PC bit, paging enable bit. This is your 31st number bit. The PC bit is set to enable the on-chip paging unit. It is reset to disable the on-chip paging unit. This is the important bit in the address translation mechanism. We have discussed address translation mechanism in previous lectures also. In address translation mechanism, we divide into two parts, segment translation and page translation. Segment translation part is compulsory, but page translation part is optional, and that depends on the PZ bit. If the PZ bit is set to 0, in that case you will not perform page translation mechanism, and in that case your linear address is treated as a physical address. But if your PZ bit is set to 1, in that case your your linear address you will convert into physical address. So your paging translation mechanism, it depends on PZ bit. If PZ bit is set to 1, in that case your paging unit is enabled. If PZ bit is set to 0, in that case your paging unit is disabled. Then R we are using for the reserve bit. So this bit is reserved by Intel. When loading CR0, care should be taken to not alter the value of this bit. Then task switching. So TS bit is automatically set whenever a task switching operation is performed. EM bit means emulate coprocessor bit. This bit is set to cause all coprocessor opcode to generate a coprocessor not available fault. So EM bit basically defined for the coprocessor. Coprocessor, if it is not available, in that case this bit generate the exception. MP bit, monitor coprocessor or math coprocessor. So the monitor coprocessor bit is used with task switching bit to determine if the wait opcode will generate a coprocessor not available fault. When both MP bit is set to 1 and task switching bit is set to 1, the wait opcode generator trap which check for the coprocessor availability. So basically this bit also work for the availability of the coprocessor but with the task switching bit. P bit, protection enable bit. If this bit is set to 1, in that case your processor is in a protected mode. If this bit is set to 0, in that case your processor is in a real mode. So this bit basically define your mode of the processor, means it is in a protected mode or it is in a real mode. Then control register 1. Control register 1 is reserved for the 80386 processor. Then control register 2. So CR2 register basically we are using for the page fault linear address register, and CR3 is your page directory base address register. This register importance we have discussed in address translation mechanism also. When we discuss page translation mechanism, at that time we discuss control register 3, because control register 3 is your page directory base address register. So when we convert linear address into physical address, at that time linear address we divided into 3 parts: directory part, page part and offset part. Then directory basically directory bit, the directory is a 10-bit field, page is also a 10-bit field, and offset is also offset is a 12-bit field. So the 10-bit field basically work as a indexing for page directory table, and for the page directory table base address provided by this control register 3. So this is your page directory base address register. For proper understanding, you have to see the lecture of page translation mechanism. So first we have to study the page translation mechanism and see the lecture of page translation related to page translation mechanism. Then you can understand the CR3 working or functionality. So this is your page directory base address register that contain the information about the base address of the page directory table. So physical address of the page directory table always page aligned, means 4K byte aligned. Thus the lowest 12 bit of CR3 are ignored. A task switching through task state segment invalidate all page table entry in paging unit cache. So this is the working of control register 3. This is the page directory base address register. It is page aligned and page size is 4K byte fixed. Lower 12 bit of CR3 are ignored, means we will not use for anything, and upper bits we are using for the page directory base address register. Then debug register we will discuss into next lecture. Thank you.